our optimum progress. We're using them for our tool of motivation. Small hinges and swing big doors. We talked about that before. Fighting the system had a lot to do with superior evolution. I'm talking about now personal evolution. Not accidental, but natural. That the things that we chose to struggle against naturally produce evolution and elevation. You can't do it. You're either going to get killed or you're going to evolve. Or you're going to crash and burn. Right? So that's why all these great things we talk about, that's okay. I mean, you can do it without being stressed, without being paranoid, without being, you can do it because it's normal, it's natural. Now and in the big future, if we get there, we're going to need leaders with all those capabilities to be able to deal with all these different kinds of people and keep certain goals and harmonies in mind and propel people in a direction that's beneficial and not harmful. Okay? So now, personally, I believe I was prepared for what I'm doing. I've been prepared for this all along. It is nothing new. And for decades upon decades, it's been a conscious, well, it's always been conscious, but different levels of consciousness. Yeah, when we used to have a saying, I know what I know. In other words, that was big. And it wasn't something you said. It's something that as you was moving along and whatever game or reality you was living in, pretty soon it hit you, I know what I know. That means I know these things and I know it. It's like that lion white man said, there are known unknowns and unknown knowns. That jingling cracker, flumpty dumpty talk. What is that? I was listening the other day when they was reviewing, he died the other day. Well, what, could you give me an example of a known unknown? Well, yes, a known unknown is, there are things that we know. And we know. There's things that we don't know, but we don't know that we don't know. And then there are things that we know that we know, and there are things that we don't know, the things that we don't. So there are known things, we know this. But there are other things that are unknown. So those are known unknowns. And then there are unknown knowns. There are things that we don't know, and we don't even know we don't know. People, boy, that's deep. I say, you stupid son of a gun. That guy just flipped you around with that bull crap. That coming out of that thing?
Yeah. You must be picking up some.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the mean old white man trying to, you don't have to worry about listening to me. I'm going to tell you what I've been telling you what I've been thinking. Okay.
Must have our frequency.
The other thing I wanted to mean is forgiveness after victory. Forgiveness after victory. You have to train for that, and you have to believe in that and be prepared for that. Forgiveness after victory, because usually when you win, you either beat up the guys or, make fun of them, take their girlfriend, all that old dumb stuff. Yeah. But we're not into this for any of that type of thing. And that I move toward that's a big burden relief. this lovey-dovey stuff is not foolishness. It's necessary. Esau is supposed to say it in the poison book. Lord, forgive them. They know not what they do. Forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. Think about the Negro. Should you hate the Negroes? You don't have no idea, right? Tell the truth. The Negro don't know, he don't know. And like the white man said, he don't know that he don't know.
It's an unknown.
Yeah, niggas are unknown, known. It's an unknown, unknown. He don't know, and he don't know, he don't know. So he's an unknown, unknown. He's a double subtractorated, whatever that means. Okay. And this is just a note to myself. I have managed this era well, considering the manpower deployed against us.
Yeah.
So I'm just grading myself. I think it's have been bad. We haven't done perfect, but you got to remember we're still here. That's one thing. And then it becomes even bigger when there's nobody else there. When there's no black people, all the black people are doing like the Negroes all around. They said, we're sad because we're, what it is, they wasn't recognized. I don't know.
Right, something about.
But we're not like that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
We're actually, see, I know we're lucky. I already know that. Because I've seen what happened to everybody else. I already know what that word has to us when it's used in the Quran. To us, we're taking it as good luck. Them niggas is lucky. Sometimes it's used for fortunate. I'm using it for luck. I know this is, you know, of course we know it's the good fortune from Allah. But just being a Negro, you have to say, I know I'm a lucky. I already know that. I don't care what nobody say. And that's the way all of this is. That is a big step when you get to the point to where, yeah, well, this is what we're going to try to do. Well, I don't care what you like it or don't like it or what you think or what you're going to do. It doesn't make any difference. All I'm responsible for is me. And we try to get a few people to go with us. We'll do quickly all new DVDs. And the thing I just want to mention again, we said it before, shorter talks, 45 minutes to 1 hour. That's from now on. Because we have to be brief, but more concrete. This haphazard stuff, we're going to do it by the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know. The sentences will be shorter. The ideas will give the main point. In other words, we have to put ourselves, we did this before in the past, but we have to improve on it and get back to where it's good. So, new DVDs to teach by the numbers, by the subject, clarity, focus, again by the numbers, by the subject. And I got brief, 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 brief. In other words, be brief. Yeah. Go after the Negro with kindness. That's just so go after the Negro. Okay. Are there any questions or any comments? And did any of this make any sense at all?
Yeah, it did. I guess I know I have a question about how your balance and your process as a leader with because leaders have to plan and then they have to do.
Yeah.
Can you talk me through your process for planning and then the doing and keeping yourself balanced so you're not doing too much planning or doing too much doing.
Right, doing without planning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it gets to be, after you do it so long, some of it is habit. Like right now, as I'm getting back into doing,
Okay.
it's because it's a little clearer about what we're gonna be doing. Like, we got a lot to do, let me put it this way. We got to, or we want to deal with universities, black people, and that's a whole sphere of activity by itself.
Right.
All right? So we have to organize for that. Okay, there's property. We're gonna use, all of this property is not rental property. It's gonna be used as management centers, or guest house, or whatever, you know. We may have programs, somebody come to town, hey, just stay right there next door, you don't have to get a hotel, okay. Or you could stay down, fix up downstairs, you could stay downstairs and that, all of those things. Okay, so we have all of those things to deal with. Plus, we have physical management. Physical management, organization, means that we have to now this before we get our money in California, in the courts, which we're counting on that, but we're not relying on that.
Right.
That's the good thing. You gotta remember, we're making this decision before we get our hands on any of that.
Right.
That's very good. That's super good, because if we waited and focused on getting our money from the white man, that means he can control. He can do just like he do Iran. They done did wrong in Iran, the system. But they said, well, when we get ready, we're gonna take the sanctions off, right? Okay, so now we got to combine, I'm getting back to the answer. We have to combine everything we're doing. This is where management, organization, structure, and you can even call it mobility, okay? There's a lot of things. In fact, tomorrow, I'll call a brother about looking at that car. Why? Because the white car, they fixed it, the little one.
Okay. Oh, you mean the little one? Okay.
Okay, but that one too, because what I believe is that all you gotta do is turn one thing and it'll quiet down and have compression. That don't mean what it is. If that's not it, since we got our stuff now, that means that I am probably not in a walking type, riding the subway and all that mood, although I was in it last week, because that's where we was, but that's the way it is. When things change, you gotta be able to focus with that. So like, let's try to put where we are. We have several things going. We got to restructure, reorganize our community and our property. Therefore, we have to have raise funds. We have to do a lot of things to make that happen. Okay, we got plans for that. We have to also deal with a wider variety of people. We're used to doing it in our recent history, but now, when we talk about climate change and we talk about all of that, we're entering into that.
Right.
So we have to bring ourselves, and we have to enter in with all the people that's already working on it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So in that, we got our ideas, but still we're not gonna go running our mouth the first week or the first month. We're gonna go learning learning the language. There's a language in all of this. So we'll do our first month or two. And if this sounds like an active period, this is an active period.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It sounds like, no, we're already easing into the active period. I can feel how I'm running, how much I'm resting, how much I can taste it all. I've been through it 1,000 times before. So what I'm saying is, it's already in progress, and so we can feel that, okay? Maybe we've suspended for a time having food out there because we don't have the time and the energy right now to do all of those things. So now it's back to focus. So, if we have certain projects we want to work on, homelessness, okay? So, that's on the agenda. Climate, that's on the agenda. Encouraging people and giving focus to what to do in this period of time, that's incorporating into the system.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. That sounds like a lot, but it's not. No, just listen to what I'm saying.
All right.
You have to remember, that was a time when we did all of those soul books, and we did all of this, and we did all of that. Okay, that's because of time management and energy.
Okay.
Yeah, time management, energy, focus, will incorporate a few more people. Yeah, we'll incorporate a few more people to aid and assist. Okay, what we're talking about right now is a few people